Hello, everybody. This is Napa Fan here, and we are here for the third ever episode of NRLOA Racecenter Live. And before we get started, I would like to apologize for this episode being as early as it is, but you know me and time, it doesn't work out too well. So now's like the one and only time that I actually have a chance to do this this whole week. So getting it done now so that I don't have to worry about it later in the week. But anyways, I sent invites out to the normal guys, trying to find this here on YouTube so that I can get into the chat and see if anybody's in the stream right now. But yes, we are here for the third episode, and we got quite a bit to talk about as well. Big news yesterday coming from Joe Gibbs Racing. We'll get into that later on with Erik Jones driving number 20. And, of course, I sent you an invite, Elijah. So just check your private messages in YouTube for the invites. That's where I send them. I know I'm not the best at doing that. I know there's like another way of doing it, but if you want to get in, that's how you find them. So, yeah, we'll wait a little bit, get some other people in here before we get started. And then we'll get to talking about stuff here in the racing and NRLOA world. Okay. So, I don't really plan these things too well, so that's why I haven't really talked too much about things yet. Of course, I'm waiting to get other people in here so we can actually get the ball rolling for this episode. But yeah, talking about, there we go. Elijah is in, so now I actually have somebody to talk to. How's it going, man?
It's going good. I was bored anyway, so I had nothing to do.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you can join. But anyways, I was actually hoping that Alex would get in here so we can talk about the NRLOA James and Dean Wickard Concord Shootout that he's doing. And of course, if there's anybody to know anything about that, it's him, because he's the one doing it.
Yeah.
And of course, I can talk about the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Chase because that's my series. And I think we're going to lead it off here with Erik Jones going to the 20 ride for 2017, or 2018, I should say. I can't even get my years straight anymore. That's how fast time's going for me. But anyways, Erik Jones will be driving the number 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing next year. And that leaves Matt Kenseth without a ride. So, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts of Erik Jones moving up that quickly? I kind of am surprised myself that they decided to put him in the 20 this early on. But what do you think about that?
First off, I saw that coming, to be quite honest with you, because once Kenseth announced that he was unsure if he was going to be with Gibbs next year, that sparked up Jones going to the 20, and then 4 days later, it's declared as official. So this kind of eliminates one of those choices of Kenseth staying with Gibbs. So either if that 77 team is still around in 2018, Kenseth could take advantage of that spot, or maybe the 88, which that's slim to none, maybe, but we'll see what happens. Or if he can just simply hang up the helmet and retire.
Yeah, I don't really want to see Kenseth retire, and I don't think he is ready to retire quite yet.
Yeah.
The way he's been talking lately, it hasn't been, any indication that he will. So I definitely think he's going to be somewhere for 2018. I mean, he is a two-time Daytona 500 champion and a Winston Cup Series champion. That's how long ago it was when he won his championship. But, with the new charter rule and, there's not as many teams as there used to be, not as many open rides, especially with all the young and up-and-coming racers coming through. Mm-hmm. It's hard for someone like Matt Kenseth to find a ride. But then again, he is a very talented driver, and if I was a team owner, I wouldn't have any issue at all putting him in one of my cars. So, of course, the 88, that's going to be an open car next year. Casey Kane might not return to the 5, so that's another possibility. But there's also possibility that the number 10 will be open next year as well. So I've heard rumors that he could go to the 10, he could go to the 5, but a lot of people think that he is going to be going to the 88 for Hendrick Motorsports next year. But at this point, it's just too early to really know where any of this, or where Matt Kenseth is going to be for the next season.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really see Kenseth going to the 88 because that number, especially that car, is very, very iconic, and it's been iconic for the past decade. It's because it's Junior. He's been behind the wheel of the 88 for the past 10 years. So to take over a spot like that, it just puts a ton of pressure on you to perform well, or if not better, than what Dale Jr. has been doing these past couple of years. I'm not saying that Junior's
I don't think he's going to have too much issue if Matt Kenseth's in that, right? I mean, Junior's had a very tough season this year, and I guess the pressure to perform for Kenseth isn't really going to be too much of an issue.
Yeah,
but maybe to live up to the name of the 88. I mean, I honestly think they might even change the number possibly. And if they change the number, then I guess that pressure isn't there for him, like you're saying.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you put experience behind the wheel of, like, an iconic number, then that pressure really doesn't mean anything. You can just simply go out and win a race as if it was nothing. Like, and also, for example, go back to 2013, Dylan Kwasniewski won the K&N Championship, moved up to the Xfinity Series, driving for a team that is one of the top-notch teams mediocre teams in the Truck Series and somewhat in Xfinity. And that's a lot of pressure, especially to drive for one of those mediocre teams that run pretty well. And Kwasniewski was racing just way too hard, and look where that got him. It got him with a very small team, and then eventually it got him weeded out of NASCAR.
And then he became a real estate agent, so yeah. So I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, with these drivers, they fall through the cracks. Once they're with a small team, they usually don't get back to a big team. Kenseth is not at that point yet.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't get a good ride next year, the same kind of thing happened with Biffle. He wanted a strong ride, but he just could not find one.
Yeah.
And, because of that, he's not in the sport anymore, and he's got a lot of other stuff he's dealing with right now.
Right.
We're not going to get into that, but still, I don't think Kenseth wants that to happen.
Yeah.
I definitely think he wants to get a good ride, but I think, especially if I am Kenseth, at that point, if I don't get one, it's okay because I've had a good year. I've had a good career, so. Yeah.
Whether if he gets a ride or not, he still has had a great career. I mean,
yes, he definitely
38 wins, 1 championship under his belt. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job in his career, but I don't think he's ready to his career quite yet. So that definitely plays a lot into the silly season. I can tell you that. There's Luke Rainey, he just said a couple minutes ago that he thinks that Alex Bowman's going to be in the 88, and that's the guy I want to be in the 88, I think. Larson to the 10, Danica to the 5, Casey Kane to the 42. I think what's going to happen is Danica Patrick's going to be pushed out. I think she's going to be the guy that gets pushed out for next year. Because, this season she's had, struggles with sponsorship.
Right.
I don't think Casey Kane will be left without a ride. I don't think he would have too much of an issue getting one. But I don't see him being with Hendrick next year. So I think it's really possible that Matt Kenseth, he could go to the number 5 for 2018. Alex Bowman takes the 88. And I mean, I've even heard rumors that a 4-car team might go down to a 3-car team. But we don't know which team that is yet. So who knows? It could be Hendrick. Hendrick might just simply close down the 5 for a year, lease the charter, and see what happens. But, Kenseth is in kind of a tough spot right now. And it also hurts Alex Bowman, who we all thought was in line to take that 88 ride. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting, silly season. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out.
Right. I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, there's many, many possibilities that we don't know about, and we'll find out about those later on in the future, like say if Casey Kane does end up getting released, that opens the door for multiple drivers that could take that spot, like Matt Kenseth, for example. But you know, again, we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, so that's one definitely probably the biggest story of the week so far. But I came off of the race at the Kentucky Speedway this past Saturday, and a lot of people are upset by the way that whole thing played out, especially with the overtime and all that. But I think it was still a good race anyway. I liked seeing Martin Truex dominate the way he does. You don't see that in NASCAR that much anymore, where you have a 15-second lead. But I kind of found it kind of neat to see that, because it shows, just how strong that team is. And I am very glad that they ended up winning in the end as well, because if they, didn't win that race, I think a lot more people would have been upset about it. But, I'm one of those guys. I'm kind of in a small area here where I feel like once the race ends, like once the race gets to the point that it's advertised to go to, then it should end. I don't think they should have any sort of overtime or even a green, white, checkered for that very reason. Martin Truex Jr. earned that win Saturday night, and he almost got it stolen away from him. So,
right.
I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like, if you end it, right when it's supposed to end, and, that's fair for everybody else.
I am very anti-Toyota, and I'm very anti-Truex. So, I'm not a huge fan of both. But what I was upset about was that dominance that Truex had. I understand that we both have completely different views of this.
Yeah.
But, what I felt like this race was basically follow the leader. Basically, because what I always say is, if you see drivers side by side, rubbing against each other, bumping, giving them a hard time for the lead, whether if it's the lead or second, third, whatever spot, that's racing. But if you just see drivers going around in circles, single file, and not knowing what they're doing, then that's just drivers going around in circles, playing follow the leader, like 400 miles straight.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful too, like with what you feel about it. Like if you complain about, I'm not saying you have every right to complain if you want to, but like, NASCAR, they hear us, and they hear these fans that complain about, oh, that race is really boring, and that's the result of green, white, checkered finishes and overtime. You know, fans don't want it to end under caution. So, but then that makes it unfair to the teams, and I'm one to have fairness over excitement. Interestingly enough, I want it to be a fair game rather than an exciting one, if I had to have a choice. And I think the teams probably feel the same way as well. So, you're kind of boring about, you're just saying how, like, how boring the race was and all that.
Yeah.
Well, like, it could have gotten a lot more interesting with that last caution, but then Truex would have been screwed out of a win. So,
because sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
But I'm done. You can go ahead.
Yeah, but what I think is that, Truex did try to find some way to try to maintain his race lead on that final restart. But I just also feel like that win was handed to him, especially with the way that he was dominating the whole entire race. But some of it also came through pit strategy as well. Mm-hmm. But, what I feel like is that you should race for the win, not have that win handed to you. You have to, if I was Truex, I would not accept that win for what it was, because, that win was just simply handed to me, and I don't want a win that's handed to me. Because if I did, then I would feel guilty, because that win doesn't mean anything to me. I want to work hard for that win and just, try to race hard for it.
Yeah, I understand, what you're saying, but the way I look at it, like, a night like last Saturday night happens maybe once a season where they pull out like that.
Yeah.
Dominance is something, that happens in NASCAR every once in a while. And, yes, Truex, he did a really good job. And once he got out front, it was pretty much impossible for anybody to pass him. And like Luke Rainey said here in the chat, Clean Air was way too dominant. So, Truex, he had the fastest car, and on top of that, he had all the clean air. So it was just impossible for anybody to surpass him in the race. So,
yeah,
you think of it that way, yeah, that kind of is Truex just getting handed the win. But that's the nature of the Kentucky Speedway, and I think this racetrack's always been like that, even before the repay, where passing has been hard. Maybe not so much before the repay, but once they repaved the racetrack, it became a single groove racetrack. And when you have a single groove racetrack, it's just impossible to pass. I mean, you saw the truck race on Thursday night near the end there. Brandon Jones,
they were going
he
crazy.
Probably had the faster car than Christopher Bell did, but he just could not get around him because Kentucky is just not a place built for passing. So,
right.
I think a lot of it is the racetrack. We go, the next couple of races are like that. New Hampshire really isn't a place that, offers much passing opportunities. Neither does Indianapolis. Pocono of the three probably has the best opportunities for passing.
Right.
But, that's how it's going to be the next few weeks. And then we get to the road course of Watkins Glen. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking forward to that one. That one I'm actually going to miss because I'm going to be on a youth group retreat. But you know what? That's okay. Can't watch them all, can you?
Right.
But, still, Watkins Glen, that's a totally different animal compared to the next three races that we have.
Yeah.
Next three races, they're all going to be kind of similar to what we saw Saturday night, I believe. We could see some more strategy. We could see some more passing. But I think, we're just going to have to get used to that in the next couple of weeks. And then, once we get to Watkins Glen, and after Watkins Glen, it's, Michigan and Bristol comes, Darlington comes, a couple of racetracks that do tend to have more passing.
Right, and those tracks, I just got a text. Thank you, phone. But, the three racetrack, the two mainly, Indy and New Hampshire, they don't, that's true, because they don't really bring out those types of passes that you would normally see at a track like, say, Watkins Glen, for example. Mm-hmm. I mean, because normally it's one groove, the bottom groove.
Yeah.
Especially in a track like New Hampshire where the banking is like 3 degrees in the turns, and it's just an incredibly flat racetrack, and you really have nowhere else to go. So it just creates a single file parade at New Hampshire. But Indy though, same thing, but it'll do it even worse.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually seen an Indy race before, because got a fair kind of close to where I am, and I usually go to the fair that Sunday and usually miss the Brickyard 400, which I guess is okay because it's usually never that good of a race. And Blaine Keys just joined us. How's it going, man?
Uh-oh.
He might be having some technical difficulties, but we'll keep on going. Anyway, so yes, I mean, the next few races are going to be like that, but I'm one of those guys that's okay with that because, I'm more about fairness than about, how exciting a race is. I mean, as a kid, I used to be like, oh yeah, if it's not an exciting race, then I'm not going to watch it. It's not, entertaining enough. But I really do appreciate the fairness, and I feel like the overtime rule, especially, is one of those rules that just takes that fairness away from the team. So,
yeah. But I mean, by all means, if there's a few rules that I think that NASCAR should get rid of, one of them would have to be that overtime line, go back to the traditional green-white checkers that we've had for the past decade or so.
Remember what I said earlier. I feel like they just completely get rid of overtime, just altogether.
Well,
because, and like I said earlier, I like it to be fair, and I feel like just overtime green-white checkers in general just are unfair to the teams. Like if Truex, he worked to get that lead, just, in honor of fairness, I would hate to see him not win that race because NASCAR wanted to make it exciting. You understand what I mean? That's just not fair to Truex. And that's why, I really would like to see that rule just completely gotten rid of. It's never going to happen, of course. But, that's just how I feel.
I mean, and there's another rule that I feel that it makes it unfair for teams is that crash clock rule. Yes, I understand why they put it there, so that way, like, if there's drivers out there that are just seeking to finish the race to get points, and their car is, like, they're going 130, like, for example, at Dover, if they're 130 and they have, like, a really beat up and, like, banged, no, actually, let me rephrase that, like a beat up car, and then they're going 130, and then the rest of the field is like going 160. I can understand why they put that rule there, but I also feel that it's unfair for the other teams because if they get involved in a wreck, it basically kills their chances of finishing the race.
Yeah, and I think a big reason why they came up with that rule is for the safety. I think NASCAR, I think a lot of what they're trying to do is like avoid having a bunch of debris cautions. And when you have a car out there that's all torn up, lots of times it'll leave debris. But then again, all that this rule did was actually cause cars to just go out there majorly damaged and more damaged than they used to be. So you're right. The rule, it doesn't work out too well, I don't think. I mean, I understand, the logic behind it, but I just don't think it worked out.
Yeah.
And Blaine,
and it's not working.
His mic to work now.
Yeah, it's working.
And Marty's here as well.
What's up, guys? Just check in, say hi.
Hey, are you feeling better, Marty?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I just realized I just realized I was looking through my emails and I'm like, oh, hey, I got an email from the NRLOA, and it's a hand so I thought I'd join you guys on Racecenter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
we were just talking about unfair rules in NASCAR, and that being the overtime line rule. And
what are we talking about unfair rules?
Overtime line sucks. That's
yes,
a brief
explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the overtime line. I mean, I think I get why they did it, but that rule only came about because of that one race in 2015 at Talladega.
It would have been fine.
Yeah.
3 attempts.
Yeah.
If there's one driver that caused NASCAR to make that ruling, we can all thank that Budweiser car.
Evan Harvick, one of my least favorite drivers for a reason.
Same with me.
I may be meeting him tomorrow, actually.
Ooh,
well, that's cool.
And depending on my work schedule, because we have an early game tomorrow morning, and if it gets rained out, I may have a chance to hit up downtown Buffalo, where he will be.
You're going to be in New Hampshire this time.
I know that. I know that Elliott Sadler's having like a meet and greet over at Benton Harbor, Michigan, which is like a couple hours from me. Benton Harbor.
Oh, in Michigan. Oh, I thought you meant like a town in New York. I'd be like, wait, what?
It's like, wait, I don't live in New York.
I don't think I'd have any around my area. I'm right in between Dover and Pocono, but like too far away from Philly, so I don't think I'd get anybody around where I am. But still, that's really cool. Gonna probably meet him. I met Garrett Smithley and Harrison Rhodes when I went to Dover, and like you said, Marty, I went to the Xfinity tent, and they were there.
You got
Took
some
selfies with
autographs?
them and everything. Yep, I got the promo card for the Dover race, and I had them autograph the box.
Nice.
So they're both on the same box. And I believe Alex Bonsignor is going to be here soon, so that is perfect because he is doing the NRLOA Concord Shootout, which is going to be right here on the NRLOA channel, by the way. And he's going to fill you all in on that event there. But until then, I believe, just keep on talking about these stupid rules that NASCAR has.
Let's see here.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah,
There's the overtime line rule, and there's the caution, or not the caution clock. That was still really stupid.
they got rid of that.
Thankfully, the crash clock. The crash clock. I don't really see that one as being a stupid rule. It's just one that they tried and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the cautions after the stages. That's another thing I don't like.
Yeah.
Like,
Cautions.
I think they should. I think they should keep the stages, but just get rid of those caution breaks.
Exactly. That's how I feel too.
It's like, because it's like they should do it like the way that Seth Cole does it, because he does the stages, but you can't throw out the caution once those stages are done. So
yeah,
Or
yeah,
do it
I
like
would
me
do.
just to win playoff points.
Yeah, I would do like the stages and all that, but I feel like, especially now that the Chick-fil-A Cup is in the Chase, it would get way too confusing, with those bonus points thrown in there in the middle of the race, like who's going to make it in. I mean, if you guys have seen some of my races, I've made a lot of mistakes in figuring out the points before I actually just officially, typed it in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't do the chase at all. I don't really put any form of the chase in there.
That's fine.
Because
yeah, but
it either way, whether chase or not, still exciting.
Yeah, you're right. Chick-fil-A Cup Series is the only series I do with the chase. The Turkey Hill Series, when I did it, and the Napa Truck Series is going to start in September. Either of those have a chase.
Yeah.
And I know we did the Napa Truck Series with the chase last year. That didn't work out too well, in my opinion. I didn't like that, so. And Alex has joined.
Yeah, I'm here. And I start a revolution I start a new era where now I actually talk to Napa fan.
This is the first time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first. I mean,
how about that?
There's a first for everyone.
There is. This is
the first where we're actually communicating
I feel bad.
Voice on voice, not text on text.
He's not talking that much, or neither is Marty. Me and Elijah, they're like hogging the mic here.
I'm the talkative boy.
I don't necessarily have to talk.
I do have a question.
You just say yes to everything. You just say yes to everything you say. That's all you're here for.
Yeah, all you is yes, of course.
He's Dean O'Brien. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let Alex take the mic here so he can go over the NRLOA James and Dean Wickard Concord Shootout. We had some heat races earlier today. So how's it all going for that event? I actually didn't get a chance to watch much of it because I was busy editing the Bristol race earlier. But
you're fine with that. But yeah, the heat races were pretty good, I got to say. We have a few drivers that were either having very minimal starts, like 1 or 2 starts, or they're making their debut and they're already locked in through the first heat race. And then you have some good drivers like Fitzwater and Hankins who were right into a run-in with the title, and then all of a sudden they've basically fallen off and they haven't qualified now. But the heat races were pretty intense, and the LCQ was a pretty nice battle there too. I honestly think that for the tour types tomorrow, I think there'd be some good action in that, because today we had a good amount. I know usually this is the race where I keep caution free, because I remember it was the first time I did it. It was a wreck fest and there were just too many cautions, so I kind of like turned it off and I was like, have at it.
Yeah,
have at it, boys.
They were having at it in those heat races.
Yeah, and just imagine what the main race is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be quite intense.
Yes, it will. I'm looking forward to watching that. And that will be tomorrow right here on the NRLOA channel. Definitely check it out. Yeah, you got a lot of different classes for it. So who do you think in each class are the good drivers? I mean, who do you think is going to have, the advantage and possibly come home with the victory tomorrow?
Honestly, it's kind of not really the class, but just more the drivers in the class. Like, you have a lot of people out there that are just running it for the first time, and like I said, first timers just starting it at Concord, they're already coming off with a heat win. But honestly, I'll go for a seasoned veteran and maybe even a hometown track hero like myself. Concord, it's a very difficult track, and it's very unpredictable, as you saw in the heat races, because at first, you see the rookies that made it, like John Hunt, all that. You never thought they would have made it, but they did, right out of
That's the
nowhere.
beauty of the NRLOA. We get these guys, never heard of them before. They come and they win their first race. It happens quite a bit.
And don't
I wouldn't be
forget the
surprised.
family duo combos. Like, we saw James Richardson signed up for one, and I believe a relative of him, David Richardson, he's in another. Let's talk about one of both myself and my cousin. My cousin, he ran the 10 in New Hampshire, came out with a top 10. He comes here, he barely makes the show.
Mm.
And we saw what he did in his first run. He got a top 10. He impressed the field.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and definitely when it comes to the NRLOA, it's a very big equalizing series, or big equalizing league with all the series they run here. I mean, just look at the Chick-fil-A Cup series as well. There's 7 rookies in the chase this season, 9 veterans, and it's just, you obviously can tell, that these guys, they're just as good as the veterans, even though they haven't had the experience. So, that's what's so neat about it. You just never know who's going to win, and I think that's what's going to make tomorrow's event so special. Because we're probably going to get a very memorable finish, a very, very memorable winner in tomorrow's James and Dean Wickard Concord Shootout.
Yeah, and if you remember back to last year's Concord Shootout, you saw people like Chris Tejada. You don't usually see them step into like a different class. Like Tejada, he stepped into a super for the first time at this track, went out, won it right out of nowhere. Like, people will step into different vehicles at times. For like their first time, they'll go out there, they'll run one heck of a show. So like, I can say for promising that I won't guarantee it, but there's a good chance that a first time winner may come out of it in either one of the classes.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Well, that is tomorrow at, I believe, 6 p.m. Is that going to be live or?
It will be live because I've always I kind of thought of it like this, where the finale, it went well for it being live on my channel, so having it live on this channel makes it a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
But as everything goes on, let's hope. And of course, if you don't know, a lot of speculation. Like, if you saw on my channel, I posted a video that had a straw poll vote of where they would want the James and Dean Wickard Shootout to be at next. Like, we already have a vote for South Boston, Southern National, Bowman Gray, but there are tons of other tracks, and there's even Concord on the track if people want to keep it retained at Concord.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think it's a good place to have it at Concord. I mean, I definitely think that's a track that we should hold it. But I'll just have to see. It may move, it may not. But nonetheless, it's always going to be a great event no matter where it is held. That's going to be tomorrow, Thursday, 6 p.m. right here on the NRLOA channel, I do believe. So
yep,
do not
it
miss
will
that.
be on the NRLOA official channel because, I figured it heat races today, and, I don't want to put it on any other channel other than this. If the heat races are on this channel today, it makes it more equal.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Alex, for filling us in on that. I actually want to get to Blaine here. He does the NRLOA Burger King Cup Series, and definitely want to give him a chance to shine here. So how's that series going on? I know I won the last race at Texas, or my driver won the last race at the Texas Speedway. It's a part-time driver. That's actually not my real name. Most of you probably know that.
I do know it, but I will not share it because, I feel respected for Napa fan, and I don't want to lose that respect.
Well, thank you very much, Alex.
His real name is actually
Anytime.
Napa fan.
Anytime, Napa
I
fan.
actually do not know it.
His real name is.
Maybe I do, but I don't remember.
So how is the Burger King Cup Series going on? And who are the strong drivers right now?
It's been good, and it seems like the Hendrick drivers have been the strongest all year. So
Definitely, we've been doing pretty good.
yeah, and Joe Gibbs as well.
Yeah. So who's the points leader right now in that series?
I believe it was Dan Park in the 4.
Dan Park. Yes, Dan Park is actually, I believe he made the chase the one season he drove in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, so definitely a good driver there. And he might definitely pull off with a pretty good run in the NRLOA Burger King Cup Series. And, of course, that series is right here on the NRLOA official channel. And I definitely recommend you guys watch it because Blaine does a really good job with that series. But anyways, Elijah Gordon, I know you got another NRLOA special event coming up here, the Pepsi Throwback. That's at Daytona, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Nope. North Wilkesboro.
North Wilkesboro. It was at Daytona last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Daytona last year, but now this year it's going to be North Wilkesboro.
Okay, so I don't know if there's a set date exactly for that event, but I do believe it is coming soon, right?
Just keep your eyes out for it. It's coming.
Keep your eyes, though. It's going to be on Max the Hedgehog. It's not going to be on the NRLOA official channel.
Yeah.
But still going to be a fantastic event for the NRLOA coming up shortly. And definitely looking forward to seeing that event unfold.
Mm-hmm.
So, Marty, he's the only guy in here that isn't in the NRLOA. You got anything to say?
I'll still talk.
You can talk your series if you want to. I don't mind.
All right, so in case you guys do not know me, in case you guys are only NRLOA, I am the leader of the NRFSRL. I have 4 different series on my channel, but right now actually it's technically 5, but now, we have 2 series going on at the moment. That is the Friendly Summer Series. That is the biggest series we have on the channel using the Cup cars, and then we have a series I decided to make as a backup, a series I decided to bring back, the Xbox Amateur Series using the ARCA cars, so it's like the stars of tomorrow. The last race I uploaded, I believe it was Auto Club. I'm pretty sure. Was it Auto Club?
Let me check on your channel real quick.
All right,
I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing.
I'm pretty sure.
We're all doing it.
Yeah.
We're all following you, Marty. Yeah, it was.
Marty's really popular between us now. He is really
I'm
popular.
pretty sure it was at the Auto Club Speedway.
Yes, it was.
But
It was, yeah.
The first time ever in NRLOA Festival history, we go 6 wide. That was crazy.
Oh boy, I'm looking for that right now.
At all the tracks, it was at Auto Club. So far, the strong player, we have 2 strong players you have to watch out for this season. Colin Denton, coming back from his previous ride from last season in the number 34 A&W 40, just won the Daytona 500 and the closest Daytona 500 finish in the history of the NRFSRL over returning driver Joshua Nichols. And then another strong driver we have is the 55 that's driven by Caleb Hoffman. Newcomer to the NRLFSRL, if you guys remember from season 2, he was a co-commentator for us, but now driving the 55, picked up a win in Atlanta. He's currently, I believe, after Auto Club, I still have my notes here at the moment. I believe Hoffman is the point. Yes, he is the points that are heading into Texas with Denton in 2nd. And 3rd in the point is Tanner Wozkiewicz. 4th, Tristan Allen. 5th, Zachary Fitzwater. 6th, Josh Good. 7th, Davey Johnson. 8th, Cody Smart. 9th, Joseph Romanek. And 10th, Julius Anderson. So for the different winners we've had are Denton, Hoffman. Las Vegas was won by Tristan Allen, and then at Melbourne was won by Cole Baker, and then Auto Club was won by Steve Morgan.
I found that 6 wide.
That was crazy, wasn't it? You should have. I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't do the co-commentary because we had like a little recording glitch in
Heck,
file.
you guys almost went 7 wide.
Yeah, it was almost 7 wide, but I counted. It was 6 wide. Michael Kelly, who's my buddy on Motorsports 360, he and I were going nuts recording that. And then
I cannot blame you. Going 6 wide. That's. Did they make it out? Or
no, they did not. They wrecked.
Okay.
No, they didn't.
I didn't think they'd be able to do that.
I was gonna say, if you saw the heat races earlier, I think at best we were trying to go 3 wide, and we just kept going in a wall.
I see the captions, Marty. Yeah, and yes, that is 6 wide at Auto Club.
And then the Xbox Amateur Series, we've had 2 races so far this season. Daytona won by Patrick Smith, and Phoenix won by Michael Canto. We head to Talladega next week. Carter Friesen's currently the points leader at the moment. Michael Volk, who almost won at Phoenix on every lap except for the final lap, is in 2nd and 3rd. Nathan Faden, 4th. Gatlin Downey, 5th is Smith, 6th Evan Hunter, 7th Richard Johnson, 8th is Michael Kelly, 9th is Michael Cantor, then 10th is Zach Bordergang. From 1st to 10th of the points, it's 19 points as we head to the 3rd race of the season, which will be at Talladega.
Yeah.
So that's my update on my series.
And thank you very much for that. And I'd like to put a note on Caleb Hoffman. He is definitely a very good driver, so no surprise he is leading in the points right now in your series. Of course,
I wouldn't count out Caleb Hoffman as a contender in any type of series that he runs.
Definitely.
I mean he's good.
Definitely one of the best drivers on my channel. 18 career wins.
Wow.
Tied
I believe
all-time.
that's the highest in the all-time, right?
Tie with Garrett Sonor. But he is retiring at the end of season 6, so that's definitely a big deal. Definitely one of the best drivers on the channel leaving, but not leaving us here on YouTube, thankfully. He's a great guy, and I invited him to join, but I guess he's not on right now. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll get him on someday. We'll get him on someday.
Oh.
But, yes, Link Keys just sent a link in the chat. But
It's not very good, but it was that I was at Talladega doing this silly race, and they won 6 wide.
yeah, I can barely see that. Yeah, that's crazy. I think I once had 5 wide at Talladega. I think just once before.
Oh, I see 4, 5 green cars.
They all look the same.
5 green cars.
They're green. That explains that. That's why I love the fact that they want to go green, so they're going green.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Save the earth.
If they are green, I would love to go green.
I did a test race for the Summer Series. This was back in 2015 before I began the league. It was at Talladega. I think it was the 2014 edition. And you know how, like, on the backstretch, those, like, walls, like, open up? And they have that, like, angle?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, sort of, yeah.
Well, the 48, the 99, the 5, a bunch of other drivers, they got together, they all got in that, they all hit that angle. They came back up onto the track and into the pack, like 7 people went upside down. The 48 flew like 10 feet in the air.
That was good.
I went nuts.
Just had another guy pop in, Isaac Nichols.
Ah, that too. That's how I know
How's it going,
Good day, mate.
from.
Hey, from the other side of the world too. That's something else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where do I know Ozcat from? Then I realized it's Isaac
And,
Nichols. He signs up for my series.
Except for Alex. Alex isn't in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but the other 4 guys, you're all in the chase in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Y'all doing pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of missed out on signups this year, but don't worry, I'm always in the special events.
Yep, you'll get back in. Don't worry, man.
Yeah, I think of this as kind of like my off time. You know, just give it a little bit of off, get back to my roots, and then come back. Boom.
Yep. And you'll probably be pretty good when you come back too. But anyways, Isaac Nichols, I believe you are the president of the RLandZ. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because I know you and Stuart are both in that, but I know Stuart mainly does most of it. At least at this point, he does. I wasn't 100% sure, but I know you got a couple series coming up here soon.
The Telstra Premier Series. I've done a last-minute rename of the 2 series because some people have been messing up the names of it. So they're now the Telstra Premier Series and the Powerade Amateur Series.
Cool.
And the Premier Series running the new 2017 beta mod, and I do very much like that mod.
I need to get it. I need to get it. I haven't like gotten the chance to get it yet.
Wait,
Been so busy.
is it the new beta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that today.
Wait, what
Wait,
beta?
what?
It looks the new 2017 Gen 6 beta that they just
Oh.
released a couple weeks ago.
Oh, how did you get the beta?
Where is it?
There was a there was a video that I found on YouTube that had a link to one of the Facebook pages that actually contained that mod. So I clicked on the link. I went to because the mod is basically contained within a Google Drive. So that's basically where I got it. I can't even put the video in the link for you guys if you like.
I think
Yeah,
I
go
found
ahead.
it.
I do have something
Yeah.
else to show you guys.
But
If you guys
try
are
to-
on the Hangouts
but I-
app or on hangouts.google.com, I actually did went viral. I went viral a few days ago on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that meme.
I'm not on Facebook yet, so I'm missing out.
He is on Instagram at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is
Okay.
on
I did
Instagram.
expect-
All right,
Don't get me wrong
here
on
it
that.
is. Here it is. Enjoy your
Um,
weekend, people.
You know, like the Facebook page?
The Facebook page that had that beta.
Yeah,
I'm getting the link right now.
There it is, boys.
All right.
I think I found it, but
Because I've been seeing stuff up on NN Racing because I usually get some of
There it
my cup schemes from there or car sets, and I saw like beta, and I'm thinking to myself, there's a beta coming out, but I don't see a link for it. And then I realized you guys had it. I'm like, okay, try it out.
I even tried out the beta for myself, and it looks so realistic. It's so cool.
Wait, do they actually have the screen
It-
itself? Like,
Well, if you download the mod, like you have to go into the Google Drive, because it's on the Splash and Go Graphics Facebook page, and it's like their very first post. So if you click on their Google Drive and then you go download everything that they've got, and then you just put it in the game, it's so cool.
let me actually take a look
Because
at that real quick.
Yeah, and and I'll even kind of spoil it a little bit for you, Alex, but the damage is so realistic.
Ooh,
I've
that
seen
I'm
videos
actually
on it.
now I actually feel like I really want to download this.
Yeah. It looks
God.
so cool. It looks
Download
exactly
right
like the Gen 6 car. It looks exactly like it. Like if you put like one car on the racetrack for a practice session and you just watch it go past the camera, it just looks so realistic.
where are you?
I do have another question. Do they have the
Hold on, I have
digital
a
dashes?
notification real quick on my
Well,
Facebook page.
They
Let me see
haven't
what it is.
actually gotten changed the cockpit. It's still the stock.
Yeah, it's the same.
cut.
But the only thing that I saw that was different was the steering wheel. That was the most obvious thing, and another one was the mirror. Pretty much. Those are the only two things I noticed.
And I will say this: Season 7 will be using this mod,
Whoa, without a doubt.
no doubt.
Yeah,
That'll probably. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm going to try to do for Season 7 is make it a custom series. But you know how time is with me. That's going to be a tough thing to do. So I think what's going to happen is
Yeah.
I'm going to do the team sign up. So you guys, create your teams. Of course, and this is another thing too. If you create a team, you can't drive.
Yeah.
I'm just going to point that out there right now. But I'm probably going to do those team signups probably once Season 6 ends, like right after Season 6 ends in mid-August.
Yeah.
So that I can have the time to paint it all for when I would like to start it in February. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to use this mod. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, get that to work out pretty well.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait for the final product to come out. No.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna test this right now.
It only gives me. Wait, hold on. Oh, those are templates. There it is.
I'm trying, but
I was about to lose my mind saying I can't find it, but
I can't
realized
find it.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm probably going to download it when we're done here. So I'll
Yeah.
see how it's like later on. I'll let you guys know how I like it. mean, I'm sure it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Pretty sure if you guys already know, like I like the Facebook group. It's called the Cars Tour Project. If you don't know what the Cars Tour is, basically like a super late model stock division that kind of happens here on the southern states, in between North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and all them. And honestly, their cars are pretty cool. I know the guy that makes them, nice guy. I don't ask about it that much because I'm like, nice guy. I'm not gonna be that kind of annoying guy to him. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once that mod comes out, or the car sets come out, I'm just gonna like freak out.
Yeah, I'm hoping it works out pretty well. I'm definitely looking forward to it, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know they use mod LMPV2. Alright, let me exit my NRLOA 2003. Open it real quick.
I'll let all you guys talk about your series and all that. So now I'm going to talk about the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Of course, the Chase is beginning in about an hour at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the Crystal Night Race. So that's going to be the first race in the first round of the Chase. And with the exception of Alex, all you guys in this stream right now are in the Chase. And Isaac Nichols won twice this season. Same with Elijah Gordon.
Yeah.
Marty Johnson. And Blaine Keys also won 2 races as well. Forgot about that. Marty, your name says Martin there, so I call you Martin. But Marty, Marty's the only guy in the stream right now who's in the Chase, but did not get a win. But definitely all 4 of you guys. Definitely all 4 of you guys have a very good chance. And of course, you got 12 other drivers as well. Cody Sill, Trey Bartow, Daniel Bouchard, Caleb Hoffman, Ace Garcia, who's Isaac Nichols' teammate, 24, John Art, Alexander Rowe, Al Lagasse, Stuart Gratton, Ricky Stevenson, Cameron Darlington, and Matt Delia joined 4 guys as the Chase drivers. Ace Garcia has the most points, most playoff points coming into the Chase. He was the points leader at the end of the regular season. Somebody's making a lot of noise.
That's a lot of fuzz I'm hearing.
Yeah. Who is that? I think that might be Alex.
Is it me? I don't know.
It might be. Hold on. I'm going to mute you just for a second and see.
Yes, that would be him.
No, like once Alex got muted, that buzz all of a sudden just died down.
Yeah.
How do I unmute him?
That was it. No, we can't unmute him.
I think Alex can unmute himself.
Yeah, if you can do that, Alex, do that. Just find out what that noise is. I can't seem to unmute him.
Because there's that there's that little mini bar on the top.
Yeah, and there's a muted button, but I can't click it for some reason.
What in the world is going on downstairs? I honestly don't know. Like, can you guys hear that screaming?
No.
No.
Okay, good.
There's a ghost in your room. No, there's a ghost in your house, Elijah.
How am I unmuted?
It's I don't know what's going on down there, but I think my mom and my sister are like screaming at the top of their lungs. I have no idea why.
They're probably watching Five Nights at Freddy's videos.
What?
I don't think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's an easy jump scare for both of them because they've never seen Five Nights at Freddy's before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, well,
there we go. You're back, Alex. I'm sorry about that.
Still trying to. Okay.
I don't know if he's actually back though. Anyways, talking about the Chase, and that begins in about an hour over on my main channel, and it's at the Bristol Motor Speedway. So, first, I don't need to explain the Chase format. You all should know how it works. But Who do you think is really going to be the strong driver? I mean, I'm going to go around. All you guys can pick who you think is going to be good. But, I went through the names a moment ago. And, of course, you guys should already know, as you saw the last race in the regular season last Saturday. So who do you think is going to be the strong driver in the Chase this season? I'm going to start probably with Elijah. Start with him and see what he thinks.
I'm not going to say me. I'm not going to say me.
You actually,
as much as
you are second in the playoff points. You're second in the playoff points with 18 playoff points. So you did a really good job in the regular season.
As much as I would like to say me, it's probably not going to be me because Bristol's like one of my worst tracks. And you saw it.
Actually, I think you won a Napa Truck Series race at Bristol.
Well, I mean,
I think you did.
Truck Series wise, it was good, but Cup was like, whoa, this is not good. Like you saw it in the Cup race last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But of the other 15, who do you think's got a good chance? I mean, you do have a couple of defending champions in Cameron Garlington and Matt Dalio. They're definitely really good. Matt Dalio won the Season 4 championship and was the runner-up last season. So what do you think? I mean, I think it's going to be one of those guys, maybe a rookie this season?
I'd probably say a rookie.
Really? A rookie has never won the Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship before, which is a very interesting fact there. So if a rookie were to win it this season, then it'd be a first. Of course, you got Cody Sill, he's a rookie, Daniel Bouchard, Ace Garcia, Alexander Rowe, Al Lagasse's in there, Ricky Stevenson as well, and Isaac Nichols. They're all rookies. And definitely the BK guys. I think Ace Garcia and Isaac Nichols, they're going to have a pretty strong run. They may both make it into the Final Four later on. But Marty, who do you think is going to be good in the Chase?
So I'm not going to say myself because that would be weird. I am going to say, after watching the final race, watch out for the driver of the number 5 Liftmaster.
I knew that was coming.
He's got the second most playoff points. I don't blame you. He's been doing a good job.
He's got 2 wins this season, if I'm correct.
Yep.
He almost got that 3rd win in Indianapolis, but he let was it John Arndt in the 24?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I lost to my favorite number, but I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. That's the first, by the way, it's the first time the 24 had ever won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Out of all of those races, yes, the first time.
Wow.
First time. So John Arndt definitely making history with that victory in the number 24.
I'm still trying to figure out this part.
I'm stupid enough to break a popsicle stick. It's got really sharp wood to it, and I just shoved it in my thumb. I probably should throw that away.
Oh, no.
I play with things when I talk.
That's like the worst. That's like the worst feeling.
It didn't actually go underneath the nail, so I'm good. But anyways, Marty, I don't think Marty was done yet. So,
no, I'm done.
Okay, so yeah, he says Elijah Gordon. Elijah Gordon said a rookie, so we'll just have to see there. How about you, Blaine? Who do you think is going to have the chance? Of course, you're in the Chase as well.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a rookie, though.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Blaine, because, championship has never been won by a rookie before. I want to say one of those Hendrick guys, though. All 4 of them made it into the Chase. Now, when it comes to John Arndt and Matt Dalio, they haven't been really too consistent. They got in on wins, but Matt Dalio is a past champion of the series, and John Arndt definitely won a few times in the Cup Series, so he's definitely a veteran driver. So, I mean, I'll get my official picks later on, but how about you, Isaac? Who do you think is going to have a good chance?
Well, I'm looking at the points before the Chase reset right now, and I'm thinking like people in that top 5, Trey Bartow, Ace Garcia, Elijah Gordon, Alexander Rowe, have a really good chance.
Yeah, there's just one sleeper out there that I haven't really been talking about too much, and that is Trey Bartow. Hasn't won a race this season, but he's been very consistent. He's been in every season. He's highly experienced. He was a Final Four driver last year. We may see something out of Trey Bartow. And for Alexander Rowe, he actually made it in that top 5 very late in the season. He started off kind of low-key, but he got that win at Daytona, and then he was just really consistent in those last 3 races before the regular season ended. So I don't blame you for picking those guys. I mean, all these guys are going to have a chance, and I'm not going to be surprised if any of them win. And Alex is the last guy we have yet to get to on this. So who are your picks for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Championship? I don't think he's here right now.
Yellow. Yellow.
I don't think he's here. I think I muted him, and I don't know. Since I muted him, I haven't heard anything from him.
Well, he also has a button on his headset that.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I mute for a second. That was my mistake. So honestly, my opinion is the one person you never expect would get the championship. You know, like I was talking about rookie. You know, you don't usually see him that often come out of nowhere and win the championship. So that's my pick, because I know for a fact that a rookie's going to come out of nowhere, surprise the entire NRLOA, and come home with the championship right out of nowhere.
You got one rookie in there driving the ride you drove last season, and Cody Sill. He's been very quiet this season. He might have a good chance. Of course, you got Ace Garcia, has been extra consistent. Daniel Bouchard's been another one of those quiet guys. He made it in on points. And Al Agassi, Ricky Stevenson, front row teammates, they've been very strong as well. So, yeah, I mean, all your picks, you know, they're really good picks. And the guys who I think are going to be good, though, you know, we saw this last season with Tyler Selzman. Of course, he retired at the end of last season. And he announced his retirement before the season ended, and he won the championship in the number 19. So I'm looking at Caleb Hoffman in the 14.
Wait for him to finish, but I have some news.
Yeah, I just saw it too.
Go ahead, Blaine.
Yeah. Apparently, Kyle Larson's finish at Kentucky got encumbered.
Oh no!
No, are you kidding me?
No.
Oh,
I'm a Ganassi fan, so that really hurts me.
That's gut wrenching right there.
You know,
that honestly hurt me.
About that Kentucky race, he ended up crossing the line first. Now, he wasn't the winner, but he crossed the line first. He drove right by Martin Truex there at the end.
Well, let me look at this here.
Oh my goodness!
Breaking news here on NRLOA Racecenter Live. Kyle Larson, it's an encumbered finish at Kentucky.
And it's really hurt me.
I know it'll hurt you, man.
When you're a Larson fan, it definitely hurts the worst.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm not just a Larson fan. I'm also a McMurray fan, because I'm just Ganassi in general. So it's gut-wrenching nonetheless.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, too. He was ahead in points still, but now he's lost 35 points, and Chad Johnston got suspended, so.
Good.
That's worse.
That's worse on my end.
I'm actually gonna get off.
I mean, he's still 66 points ahead of Kyle Busch, which is the third. But
all right, I'll see you guys.
See you, man.
Adam Stevens was fined $10,000 after an unsecured lug nut was found in inspection.
Yeah, I
did hear about that. They fined the crew chief for that.
I don't know.
Well, I just, honestly, I don't like Kyle Busch by the way he acts. I don't hate him as a person. I just hate how he acts sometimes.
That's understandable.
Yeah, but, so for that, I give him some pity for feeling bad that one secure lug nut just ruins it.
Yeah.
Awkward silence. But anyways.
Well, I'm actually just playing the new beta, and I already like how the damage physics are.
I
how
just
the cars
I
look.
I just
One
found
thing
a dog. I just found a dog playing Guitar Hero.
Whoa, the back end damage looks amazing.
And season 7, guys. That's what we're gonna see.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
now I'm
I don't know, I
hyped for
couldn't
season
figure it
7,
out.
and they have
Yeah.
some McMurray cars for like multiple paint schemes, like the new Grand Mac and the Mac Junior and all that. So
Well, remember
honestly,
I said,
I wouldn't be
season-
surprised seeing me in the 1 next year again.
Season 7 is going to be a custom series, so the numbers and everything are actually going to be different.
Mm. Could we still have normal cup drivers though? Like just
Well, I might do a poll. You know, it's up to you guys. If you guys want me to do a custom series, I will. But if you guys actually really do like using the real cup cards, that's fine. I guess for me, the reason why I want to do a custom series is because I feel like it's just kind of cheap to just use cards that people have already painted to do it. I feel like there's not enough of me being creative with the series, so that's why I want to do a custom series. But it depends on what you guys want. I might do a poll. If you guys just want the regular cup cars, you guys are the fans. You guys do what you want because, that's why I'm here for. I want to make sure you guys are happy with what I give you. But anyways, before the news broke out that Kyle Larson's second place finish at Kentucky was encumbered, we were talking about the Chick-fil-A Cup Series chase and who I thought was going to be strong. And like I said, with Tyler Selzman retiring at the end of Season 5 and winning the championship, you got to look at Caleb Hoffman. Definitely one of the best drivers the series has ever seen. His final series, I believe, on my channel. And I just see him being good. But you can't rule out other past champions like Cameron Garlington and Matt Dallio. I definitely think they're going to have strong runs. Also, you got to look at those rookies that have been strong, like Ace Garcia, like Ricky Stevenson. I mean, you just don't know until it happens. So just going to have to watch it and find out next month or so. Next 5 weeks, they're going to start being 2 races a week now, just because I don't want to overdo myself. That's how I originally scheduled it. But the chase starts in less than an hour over on Napa Fan, so go check that out. The Crystal Night Race at Bristol to begin the chase in Season 6 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
yes.
But anyways, I believe we're about done for today. And Elijah's starting to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Elijah, you do a really good job playing the guitar, so I don't mind that. I can't play any musical instrument. You can
I
play
can't
guitar.
to save my life. I mean, maybe I could do good on the drums because I sometimes do a good beat and flow through the rhythm, but for the rest of it, I'm not good to save my life.
I can play the piano.
I can
just a little bit.
I can play drums and guitar, but not at the same time though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of true because with the guitar you need both hands because you're strumming the strings, but you're also trying to hit the perfect note at the same time.
You need to make us an official theme song.
Oh man.
Actually, that would be something pretty cool. I would definitely.
You can do that.
Yeah, I would definitely like that video. Just to create a theme song. Just
I could do it because for my series, I'm planning on having my own TV company, like Rover TV. So I'm also planning on making custom music specifically for Rover TV.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's very cool. Yeah, go check out his stuff, by the way. He's also, not only is he part of the NRLOA, he also runs his own league, WRLA. And he does a great series over there, the NOS Energy Cup Series. Definitely looking forward to seeing how that series all plays out. And, of course, check out everybody else. You got Isaac with his series is for the RLNZ. You got Blaine Keys and Alex over here on the NRLOA channel, and with Alex on his regular channel as well, I do believe. Are you still going to be doing races on your main channel?
Yeah. Yay. Oh, Blaine Keys gave birth.
yeah, I love
there
when
goes Blaine
we're
Keys'
just like,
son.
oh, yep, someone gave birth.
Yeah, but let's try to keep it PG, guys.
Yeah,
but, yeah, it's definitely.
Having problems.
Okay.
Oh, there goes our PG rating.
Okay. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
False alarm.
But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. All you guys watching here today, you got a lot of viewers, so that's great. All these guys in the chat, definitely appreciate all your support of all of us here, not just me, but especially the guys around me right now. They definitely deserve the support, and I definitely hope you guys check them out because they do a great job with what they do. But anyways, on behalf of Isaac Nichols, Blaine Keys, Marty, I want to call him Sakela, Marty Sakela, Elijah Gordon, and Alex Bonxnor, I'm Napa Fan, and that is it for NRLOA Racecenter Live, episode number 3. I'm sorry that Trey Bartow just popped in right when we were ending. He seems to do that quite a bit.
Mr. Bro also popped up too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although I cannot deny, William Brock did co-commentate with me in the LCQ, and I gotta say he did a good job with that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anything? Okay, we'll let William
in
talk
the
for a
next
little
one.
bit here. Because he asked to join a while ago, and
Oh yeah.
I couldn't give him the link. That's why I asked you guys to do it. So do you have
I don't
anything
really
to
look
say,
at
man?
the chat that much. That's why I don't really see it automatically.
What'd you say?
Do you have anything to add on? Because you weren't here the whole time, Go ahead and add some stuff if you want to.
Not really at the moment. I'll just join in.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, we're just about to end it.
That's the heart-wrenching part.
Bad timing.
Yeah.
You
I'm sorry,
really
I saw
back?
Hey, what's up, guys? But then you just end it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get it to you there. I'm still kind of new with this, so I just private messaged the link to everybody. It's not the best way of doing it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, on behalf of everybody that I just mentioned and William Brock, I'm Napa Fan, and thank you for watching NRLOA Racecenter Live, episode number 3. The next one will be sometime next week, either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, most likely. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.